Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the first of the new weekly Wednesday webinar workshops. Now, this is what we do for 9 weeks at the beginning of each quarter. So Q1, Q2, and Q4. We don't do this during Q3 because we're way off enjoying our holidays there, but of course we do have the recorded content there which you can enjoy. So this is what we're doing now, right now, in Q4 2024. So what I'm going to do with you is I'm going to share my screen and you're going to see what's happening. This is what's working really, really well for us. And you see, this is the big premise. This is the big promise. And what we're going to show you, how this is actually possible to add 10K, at least $10,000 US monthly to your bottom line. Okay? It really is this simple. So the first question there that I'm going to ask each and every one of you is, what would you do if you knew you could not fail in your coaching business? What would you do? So this is what I would do. I would recommend, and this is what I do, I practice what I preach. I send out these offers, 100 offers, 100 outstanding offers consistently every single day. And you're going to see the results there. And I would recommend, you see, that all of you ambitious, fast-paced entrepreneurial coaches do the same, and that you take advantage of this extremely low risk, fully guaranteed one conditional offer, where my team and I, we will only get paid after we achieve success for you, which means it's very, very low risk. Now, this is the overview. This is the main benefit. As Steve Jobs taught us, features tell, benefits sell. Would you get onto an airplane without wings? So this is what I'm proposing here, where you, the coach, are the main body or the fuselage of the plane with your coaching team, with your coaching clients. But we are the marketing and sales. So we are the very, very valuable wings of the plane. And then this is why I always ask each and every single one of you, would you ever consider in a million years boarding a plane without wings? Of course not, because the wings contain the very, very, very valuable engines and the fuel, the thousands of tons of kerosene that is needed to propel that plane into the air and to keep it afloat all the way through to your journey. So you see, this is what I'm trying to propose. I want to partner up with 16 ambitious, fast-paced entrepreneurial coaches with this low-risk offer. This low-risk, fully guaranteed offer, where my team and myself, plus the AI, 3 AI platforms, which are working incredibly well when we combine these all together. And I come in, and what we're doing is we're providing for you a semi-automated, done for you DFY solution. Now think about this. So that ultimately you can sleep peacefully, soundly in your bed, knowing exactly and precisely where your next dream clients, plural, are coming from. So in other words, we're no longer using luck as a strategy and depending solely on those unpredictable word-of-mouth referrals, which are nice and can be a very, very nice bonus, but they're not everything. Now, each lesson is going to take this format, 30 minutes. They're of real life, tangible examples. This is what you asked for, Howard, Victoria, some of you other people, Nick as well. These are the real life, tangible examples. So we're going to be frequently flicking between the screens to show you the real life, tangible examples from coaches that are going through the program and that have gone through the programs before you, okay? And the results that they got. Now then, we're also going to be dealing with a 15-minute Q&A session, very important. And then we did a practice run of this last night, and full disclosure, the 15-minute Q&A session, we did this in front of 16 very ambitious female coaches from the western part of the United States and Canada, so in Pacific time zone. And let's say this was very, very, very ambitious, because what happened was we ended up spending just over 2 hours doing this. 2 hours and 5 minutes. Can you imagine how how frantic this was? And then for the clients only, then what we do, well, what I do is I take a 5-minute toilet break, a 5-minute restroom break, and then come back 5 minutes later for a deep discovery dive into Zoom. Okay, and this is a 20-minute session. A 20-minute session. This is very, very, very important. Okay, and we go behind the scenes, behind the factory doors. Really important. Now, who is this done for you framework? Who is it not for? Right, this is very, very, very important. Those coaches who do not have time to invest in learning something new. And those coaches who believe solely in an unpredictable word-of-mouth referral system. No. You cannot sit there and depend solely on this. I've done this there many times in my career. At the beginning, I would always sit there waiting, especially on a Thursday, whenever all of the contracts got renewed, and waiting for the phone to ring. And sometimes it would ring, and sometimes there were very nice referrals. And I thank all of those people from the bottom of my heart. But it wasn't a predictable system. And sometimes it could be a feast, and sometimes it could be a famine. So this is what we really have to prepare ourselves for. And then the next thing that the next type of people that I do not like to work with, and that I don't work with, are those people who know everything, absolutely everything about everything. They're not open to using AI or whatever, because they already know everything about everything, and they're running around like this, blinkered visions. Those coaches who want to do everything by themselves. They want to be marketing, they want to be sales, they want to be bookkeeping, they want to be accounting, they want to be absolutely everything, and somehow manage to squeeze in a little bit of coaching time for their very valuable clients. That's not good. And this one, we had a recent chat with a very, very nice lady from the United Kingdom. And when we asked her to fill in this avatar assessment form, we're going to show you this in a moment, she wanted to attract absolutely everybody on this planet. We asked her what type of coach she was. She said, depends, I can be any sort of coach. So we asked her what type of clients does she want to attract? Anybody. She shrugged her shoulders, anybody out there. And then we said, okay, well, can we narrow this down a bit? For example, are you a food and nutrition coach? Can be. Are you a business coach? Could be. Are you a relationship coach? Yeah, suppose so. And then we asked her, how much experience do you have? And she said, well, I helped my father and my sister and my brother. And then we said, okay, have you been paid by your father and your sister and your brother for the coaching advice? No, but they said it was absolutely so valuable, and they thanked me very much for it. Oh, no. You cannot be all things to all people. This will not work for you, because if I put that in, and if I'm returned 8 billion leads from the 8 billion people on this planet, that's not going to be a very good system. So we cannot work with that person. Lovely person, but we cannot work with her. They don't have an offer. They just have plastered everywhere their telephone numbers, their cell phone numbers, their handy numbers. Book a discovery call with me, without even explaining the benefits, the transformational outcome, what will happen whenever they go through a call together with this person. They want others to invest in them. In other words, they come to me and they say, can I have some paid clients, please? Okay, let's go through the marketing and sales process. No, I don't want to do that. I already know all about that. I just want some high paid clients, high ticket clients. Okay, but what have you got in place? Their LinkedIn page with a book a discovery call. Okay, what else? That's it. And how many people have called you so far? Well, I called myself just to test if the number was working. No, that's not good. That's not good. And finally, the solopreneur coach who mistakenly believes, because we have worked with some people like that. Now, full disclosure, they were in their late 70s and they mistakenly believe that AI is just a fad. It's only here for a few months and then it's going to disappear again. So they want to do everything manually and they want us to do everything manually for them. But when we show them the cost, it's cost prohibitive. It's extremely, extremely expensive to do this all manually. I know this because before November 2022, we were doing this all manually and it cost a lot of money. But they don't want to pay that money. They want to pay the money for the people, the small amount of money, this low risk offer. But they do not want to use AI. They believe AI is evil. AI is whatever you make it to be. Now then, first of all, we go through each lesson. We've got 9 lessons to go through over the 9 weeks. And I'm just going to give you a basic overview of what's in store. Give you a taste tester if you want. Now, the first one we call Benefit Zero. Why do we call this Meeting Zero Benefit Zero? Well, for a very good reason. Because this is the free, the complimentary call. There where we sit down and we craft, we tailor make for you a bespoke roadmap for you and for your coaching business. The journey there that we're going to guide these people through from a marketing and sales perspective, so that we're going to turn these people into clients for you. Now then, this is the initial free meeting, and this is why we call it Meeting Zero, where we're going to do the roadmap. And what we're going to do is we're going to take people from the left bank all the way over to the right bank. And at the same time, we're going to avoid those highly dangerous so-called marketing gurus standing outside somebody's Ferrari or Porsche or Tesla or whatever, claiming it's theirs. And they know everything about everything. And you've seen them. I've seen them. Oh my goodness, I've worked with them. Unfortunately, these 15-year-old genius copywriters that are still in high school and that cannot conjugate a single sentence in the English language properly, but they're highly experienced. And when you ask them how come they're highly experienced, then they tell you, oh yes, my mother and my father and my teacher said, wow, well done, James, well done, Yusuf, you are absolutely brilliant. They cannot spell, they cannot write, but they call themselves highly experienced copywriters. I do not call myself a highly experienced copywriter. I call myself a direct response email copywriter. But I don't call myself highly experienced. I regard myself still as a student of digital marketing, even though I've been in this game because I love it for 23 years. 23 years since the 12th of September 2001. One day after 9/11, 23 years. Wow. And they're calling themselves highly experienced at the age of 15. My goodness. Okay, top tip. Now, this is a top tip for each and every one of you. Before the meeting, what I ask my team to do is to ensure that all of the prospects, in other words, all of the people that are going to come online and have a call with me, that they fill out this avatar assessment form with as much detail as is physically and humanly possible. Okay? Because success leaves clues. The more detail that we fill in, the better it will be. It will pay dividends time and time again later on, because then we're becoming highly laser focused. Okay? Now, this is the avatar assessment form. And what I want you to do is I want you to fill this out in as much detail as possible. So you reach out to me, I'll show you the contact details later, and then you can request this. And then whenever you fill this out, then what will happen is we will have a meeting together. Now, what do you think is going to happen? So you see, what's going to happen is by the time that the meeting comes around, the meeting between you and me, then I already have a very, very, very good idea of who you are trying to target. And then what I do is before the meeting, I do the research. And how do I do this? I validate your idea. And all I do, full disclosure, I like to be fully upfront with this because I really want to help you to get some badly needed results in advance, so that, in the hope that you can come along and you can work with me, but that you will have some funds in place there that will cover you, that will keep you safe, and that will help you with this low risk, fully guaranteed offer. Okay, really important. So what we do is we go to the Facebook ads library. How do we do that? We type in very simply to the browser fb.com or facebook.com if you prefer /ads/library. And we set for ourselves 3 filters. Now the filters are, the first filter is active ads that have been running for more than 1 month on more than one Meta platform. Remember, Meta has 4 platforms: Facebook, of course, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger. So 4 verticals. Then, and if these people are targeting more than one platform, for example, Facebook and Instagram, Facebook and WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger, maybe a different combination. And then we're also going to look for where there is more than one ad from the same company. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to search for people where there is a nice niche or niche, depending on where you are in the world, focus. So for example, if your avatar is veterinarians, if your avatar is business coaches, if your avatar, like for example, you, Arlene, had a very nice one with the teachers, the police chiefs, the fire chiefs, then you see there that we've got a really nice focus. And then we teach you how to become more focused, more laser focused into the exact type of avatar that you want. Okay, very important. Now look at these examples. These are an example from a lady. Her name is Mel Savage, and she's an executive business coach. Now what she's doing there, you see that she's got 3 ads running. Now let's say there, for example, that she's spending $20 or $50 a day on each of those ads. Now remember, she's been running these ads consecutively since the beginning of September 2023. So we're now in Q4 in 2024. So she's been running these ads consecutively and consistently for 12, 13 months. 13 months. So you can imagine if she's putting in a budget of $50 a day for 3 ads each day, that's $150 over that 13-month period. That's about $58,500. Wow, that's incredible. Now, can you imagine somebody investing $58,500 into a strategy that doesn't work? Of course not. They would have to be brain dead, and I cannot imagine any coach out there worth their salt doing something that stupid if it didn't work. Of course it works. Success leaves clues. Look at this person. His name is Anish Mayundar. Now, he's been running ads since October 2023. Very good sign that this works. Executive career coach. This is a lady from the United Kingdom, Coach Liz. And there she's very direct. I'm looking for 4 career women. I'm looking for 4 mid-level managers in the UK. Da, 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 da. Very simple, very straightforward. And you know what? It works. Success leaves clues. This is another person. This is a certified health coach. Really nice. And this one here gives us a very good example. If you look, you see the 3 examples there. They started running as in mid-July 2024. So now, what is it? August, September, October. So at least 3 months. Really nice. Multiple ads. And look, the copy, in other words, the words are the same each and every time. Hello, I'm Rohit Batra, the name of the coach. Da, 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 and this is what I'm here to do. And here's what awaits you in our comprehensive program. And then what he does, now what he does is very strategic. He's using different creatives. Now what's a creative? The creative is the image that is used in the ad. You see that? Same text, in other words, the same copy, different creative. Very, very, very nice. And what's more, it works. And you know what? By the time the time comes around for the meeting, I've had like lots and lots and lots of these discovery meetings, these one-on-one discovery meetings with me, the marketing and sales side, and you, the coach. And I have yet to meet a single solitary coach who does not love, in capital letters, this approach. Every single person I talk to loves this approach, because you've done your research in advance. And what happens then is that the barrier to resistance is lowered, and the coach feels all warm and fuzzy inside. I know, because I had exactly the same thing done to me whenever I partnered up with those two other coaches, with Paul. His name is also Paul, also from Ireland, from the Southwest, from Wexford. There, and the other person, his name was Ted, from New Jersey. And whenever they did this to me, the barrier of resistance was automatically lowered. I didn't have any money at the time. Didn't have any money. I'd just been scammed out of everything. And sitting there penniless. And they said to me, look, if we give you this for free, you will not appreciate this. You will not respect this. So go away and find $300. Where am I going to find $300? I don't have $3 at the moment. Find it. Be resourceful. And you know what? I knew I had to do something. They had just convinced me so much. So I went out and they gave me a good idea. They said, have you ever heard of eBay? So I went on to, I live in Poland. I'm not Polish, but I live in Poland. And I went out there onto the Polish equivalent of eBay. And I sold a lot of SH1T crap that I didn't need. And I came along, I got the money. So I got that $300. I got enough to pay the bills. And I got enough for some food. Let's say brown rice and noodles. That's what it was for a long time. But they helped me. They helped me. And they transformed my idea there. And they made it into something there that was very easily and very simply a complete no-brainer of an offer. And this is the offer that I'm going to be putting in front of you. So then you see then what happens next. We take the people through this roadmap. This is the visual reference to it. And then we work with the quality engaged leads. And then we start off in the bottom left and we go to the top. Top right. Okay, that's what it is there. Just going ahead of these screens at the moment. Okay, we take them through all the different phases. Then we bring them up the ladder of opportunity, objection handling opportunities, all the way over to the right. Yay, success. And this is a text-based version of the roadmap. This is what we do. And because we value your time as coaches, what we do is there we put in the time investment there that you will need. For example, to fill out the avatar assessment form, we recommend between 8 to 15 minutes. And if you've got 3 avatars, because we allow you a maximum of 3. So for example, you, Arlene, you could put through the teachers, 1 avatar assessment form. Police chiefs, 1 avatar assessment form. Fire chiefs, 1 avatar assessment form. Okay? And the same for you, there, Akila, and the same for you, Marie, and for you, Marie-France. Yes, for all of you people there, it's very, very important that you do this. Then what happens is there we put them through all of these phases and we write down what's the responsibility from our side, the marketing and the sales side. What's your responsibility as the coach? And what's the responsibility of our best ever employee? The employee who will never take a break, who will never take holiday, who will never ask for a weekend, who will work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 and a quarter days of the year. The AI, of course. And we're not going to employ 1 AI platform. We're not going to employ 2 AI platforms. We're going to employ 3 AI platforms. And this is where the magic truly lies. Okay? So, what we're going to do then, very simply, from a very high level, we're going to take these leads, these quality scored, engaged, enthused leads. And then we're going to present in front of them an outstanding offer, a complete no-brainer of an offer. And then we're going to make 100 of these outstanding offers consistently. Can you imagine what's going to happen? Then we take them through the speed to lead. We follow up with them in real time, thanks to the AI, in less than 3 minutes. Can you imagine a prospect coming along, visiting your landing page, visiting your LinkedIn profile, visiting your Facebook company profile? And then all of a sudden there, they think to themselves, wow, hold on. This person, this coach, transformational coach, relationship coach, business coach, executive career coach, is the best thing since sliced bread. I want to work with this person. And the AI in less than 3 minutes is coming along. Hello, can I help you? Well, I'm thinking about this, but, and the AI is capable of asking for the sale. Can you imagine? Absolutely incredible. Then it takes them through to a success thank you page where the people can actually buy your coaching programs, products, services. Very, very nice. And so this is the outcome. Every time we like to tell you the outcome. Now, we're going to be producing for you this tailor-made blueprint for you based on the journey that you want to guide your ideal targeted prospect, your ITP, along. Very important. Then we take you through this, the ICANDOR, the 8-step complete add to sale framework. 3 stages. Stage number 1, we attract, we hook them in. Tick, 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 tick. Imagine the fishing line. There, we're hooking these people in and saying, come in, see what we've got to offer. Excuse me. Then we go through stage 2. We diagnose whatever blind spots, pain points, challenges that they're having. And then stage number 3, we prescribe. In other words, we put in front of them your outstanding offer. Really, really, really good. And what's more, it really, really, really works. All just using 8 SOPs, standard operating procedures, but also binding them, imbuing them with the AI, the limitless power of the artificial intelligence. Really important. So we're going to go through these benefits very, very, very quickly. We're going to identify and we're going to invite the ITP, the ideal targeted prospect. Now, how are we going to do this? We're going to use a tool called LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now, don't worry, you don't have to have this. We have it. We pay for it so that you don't have to pay for it. Okay? This is part of LinkedIn Premium. And what we do is we enter in as many details as possible from your avatar assessment form. So in other words, the form that you request from us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on our Facebook company page, on our email, on any of our YouTube videos. Okay, you can request it from a number of different sources. We send it out to you. It's a PDF. I'll show you it here. This is the PDF. Here we go. Okay, that's it. And we just email that out to you. Very simple. Okay. And then we work together to fill this in. Okay. Now, what happens whenever you do this? Let me show you an example. Look, these are, I have to change this title. I'm sorry, because this has just been annoying me all day. Chiropractor. It's not chiropodist. Chiropodist is to your feet. Chiropractor has a much more difficult job of dealing with people's spine. It always reminds me to try to sit up straight in my chair. Okay, so this is a list of chiropractors, and this is for a coach, for a business coach, and a business broker in the United States. And where he is located is in the state of North Carolina. Now wait till you see how strategic this can become. You see, what we're looking for is we're looking for people that have a Facebook business profile. In other words, a company profile. They have a LinkedIn, the same one, company profile. They have a cell phone number, and they have a business email address. Not a Gmail, not a Hotmail, not an AOL, not an iCloud. iCloud belongs to Apple. Gmail belongs to Google. But their email address belongs to their domain. Let's say, for example, they're called healthfromwithin.com. Their email address is also perhaps it's james@healthfromwithin.com, but it's a business email address. And what we're looking for is we're looking for the correlation, the intersection of those points. I'll show you this in a moment. But ultimately, what we're trying to do is build up a pivot table. Now we start off here at the bottom with the leads in gray. Why are they in gray? Because they're from states further out into the Midwest, and they're further away from the state of North Carolina. Then we come up here through the orange. It's a bit like a traffic light system if you want. And we deal with those states. Again, a bit further away, but a bit closer. Okay? And then we come all the way up to here. Now look, North Carolina is marked in bold. Okay? And we've got the number of chiropractors on the right-hand side. And you see, we're dividing this list up because we are the Icandor Marine Corps, and we attack by land and by sea and by air. And what I mean by that is we reach out to these people in an uber friendly, there's no attacking goes on, don't you worry. It's uber friendly. As I was saying to all of you lovely female coaches last night, when I was practicing this, there we attack by land, sea and air. We go out and we follow these people on LinkedIn. We follow these people on Facebook, their Facebook company profile. We like and comment. And of course, this is all done for us by the AI. So you don't have to worry about posting your brains out, blogging your brains out, spending hours and hours and hours doing content marketing. No. What you have to do is you just have to turn up and look at the results. Okay? So these are the results then that we found. So we found 1,132 chiropractors that matched this description based on the avatar assessment form that we filled in. Okay, now let's get back to our presentation. So whenever you see this, then you see we're looking for people that have got an active presence on LinkedIn, company profile, and Facebook, company profile. In other words, the business. And then we use tools like Hunter and Phantom Buster to search for their best email address. In other words, the company email addresses and the cell phone numbers. And it returns for us a lot more data besides. It returns for us their DISC profile, their DISC profile, etc. And you see, what we're looking for is the intersection of these three circles, because that's where the magic really starts to happen. What do you think will happen? Well, I've sort of ruined it at the search at the intersection point. Magic. You start to get active leads. And then you see the outcome is, of course, we end up with a highly focused, a highly targeted niche list. Now remember, the AI is sitting out there listening all the time. And you can imagine it. If any one of those 1,132 prospects posts about something, that they've got a challenge with this, that they've got a challenge with that, poof, you come along like a wizard. And you are just putting in front of them the answer to their problems. You're selling your aspirin and not the vitamins or the vitamins, depending on where you are. Now then, the benefit number 2, we convert through clarity. We use something called the conversion equation, and we'll go through that in 2 weeks from now. So the next week, we'll go through the invite, then we go through the clarity. Now, what do you think will happen whenever you bring people through the clarity statement? You craft for them this clarity statement. We'll show you lots and lots and lots of tangible examples. Don't you worry, we've got hundreds of them. And we'll end up with quality active leads. And because we have built up anticipation through the waiting list, guess what they're going to want to do? They're going to want to come and to join our community on SKOOL.com. Because this is a bit like, imagine Daniel Priestley gives a wonderful, wonderful example. He's an Australian business coach, but he's now based in the United Kingdom. And he gives a wonderful analogy of an ice cream van. Hot summer's day. It arrives into a big, huge party. And there's scenario one, where the people come up, dribs and drabs. One person here, one person there. And the first person is saying, oh, can I have a discount? Okay, I'll give you a discount. The second person, oh, can I have a free bottle of water? Okay, I'll give you a free bottle of water. And there's scenario two, where the ice cream van remains closed. And then what the ice cream van owner does is he goes around all of the people in the park, the ones closest to the van, and says to them, okay, if you're thinking about getting an ice cream today, I'm not too sure that I'm going to have enough. I think I might actually run out. So I just wanted to make you aware so that you don't get angry or annoyed with me. So I'm just going around telling people I'm going to be opening up the ice cream van in about 10 minutes. So if you want an ice cream for yourself, for your kids, whatever, I would advise you to get there early. And you go around and you do this, And then in 10 minutes, whenever you open the window to your ice cream van, guess what? There is a queue of people in front of you. Remember, it's a hot, sunny day, which is quite unpredictable in the United Kingdom and Ireland too, of course. But sometimes it does happen. But you can imagine, you've got people, a stream of people, because you've built up anticipation. And that's exactly what we do by creating a waiting list. Okay? And you see, the waiting list, what we're showing the people is that we have built up anticipation and we're inviting our ITPs to come along and join. And then we take them through to a discussion group. It can be a WhatsApp, it could be in Telegram. And then we invite them through, we get them to participate in this 8 or this 15-step email sequence, email marketing, nurturing. And then we ask them to come along. And if they're suitable, if they score highly enough in the survey, in the scored quiz, then we ask them to come along and join us inside our SKOOL community. Really, really, really nice. Really nice. And you see, what happens is we end up with engaged leads. Outcome number 2. We end up with a carefully crafted clarity statement used inside your landing page, and which we are going to use absolutely bloody everywhere. Really important. Really important. This is the most important piece of copy that you're ever going to write in your entire marketing and sales journey. And by taking them through the conversion equation, woof, it just works on steroids. Benefit number 3, we ask our avatar. Now, how do we ask our avatar? We produce an engaging scored quiz. Now, what do you think will happen whenever your avatar, in other words, your ITP, answers your questionnaire? You end up with quality scored active leads. And remember, we're reaching out to them with the AI chatbot in less than 3 minutes, people. Less than 180 seconds. Come on. You can imagine if somebody is hot, and you're reaching out to them in less than 3 minutes. Wow. Absolutely incredible. And it has such a fundamental difference on the bottom line. So we end up with some highly relevant data, which will prove extremely, extremely useful when we come to the U phase at step number 7 out of 8. Okay. So what do you think will happen whenever you nurture, in other words, email market, these NFNs, not for nows, and these nuanced niches or niches? In other words, micro compartmentalized prospects who face specific problems, specific challenges, specific blind spots. Perhaps they're having a problem with the exit sale of their business. Oof. Perhaps they're having a problem with employee satisfaction, employee retention, their relationship, their career, their future career. This is one point there that you were touching on, Akila, there last night. And it's very possible that whenever we're sitting there and we're listening to these people, or rather the AI is listening, and then whoop, sucks it out, and then it presents it to Akila, or it presents it to Jeff, or it presents it to Arlene, or it presents it to Robert, or it presents it to James or Victoria, or any of you lovely, lovely people. But it presents it to the right coach at the right time, in the right medium. And you see, because of the compelling copy used, it will feel like you are reaching out directly and personally to them. And you'll end up with quality scored, engaged, active leads. Benefit number 4. Now we're on to these nurturing these nuanced niches. And we're sending to these copy, email marketing copy that has worked really well. And we're going to build up a series of trust-based videos on YouTube, which we're going to leverage, because all of you coaches love the word leverage, to our SKOOL community. And this is the way that it works. Each email will contain one problem-solving video, one trust-based video, plus one call to action. Now, full disclosure, your prospects will not open every single one of those emails, but they might open one, they might open two. And as I was saying to you today, Lucy, that imagine there that the person comes along, let's say it's a month from now, 2 months from now, because we don't go after the people that are looking to buy right now. We do something dramatically different, which I'm going to show you in a few moments. And what this does is, for example, let's say they're not aware yet that they've got a problem. They're not aware that they're suffering from burnout, addiction, depression, or whatever. But eventually somebody might point that out to them. But before the point where they need saved, saved from plunging headfirst into their coffee table, which has actually happened. Not nice. But anyway, they're being plunged, they're being saved, let's say, before that point. And then what we're trying to do is we're trying to nurture them and provide value, so that whenever their friend or their doctor or their mentor or somebody points this out to them, then they're going to think to themselves, well, hold on a second. I remember getting lots and lots and lots and lots of emails. Okay, yeah, I opened one or two and they were quite valuable. The copy was very good. The subject lines were engaging. I read it through and I thought, yeah, okay, it's in the back of my mind. So now the time comes for them to make a decision. What do you think that they're going to do? Do you think that they're going to go with some nameless nobody from Numptown in Numpville? Or they're going to go, for example, with Coach Lucy, who's a burnout, an addiction, a depression specialist? The chances are, unless they have been lobotomized, that they will go with Coach Lucy in this instance. Speed to lead, people. Speed to lead. We're compartmentalizing these people, and we're preparing to raise them. We're preparing to follow up. Now, full disclosure, this is the one that is the most popular. It was the most popular in Q1 of this year, Q2 of this year. It was the most popular last year in Q1, Q2, Q4. The nurturing those nuanced niches. This is the most popular by far. So remember, we only allow 16 people, 16, into each and every one of these webinars. So make sure you book your place for that one. Please, 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 please. Because then there's a lot of like, oh, I missed that one. I missed that one. Do not miss that one. Okay? It is the most important one in the sequence. And then number 5, we deliver it. We do it. We just do it. This is what did you say then last night? Arlene, get out of the fear, get out of the panic zone, roll up your sleeves and just do it. That's what it's all about. Driving the DeLorean. Why the DeLorean? Because it was the only car produced in the island of Ireland. This was during the Bill Clinton administration. They tried to do it. Anyway, you'll see that in the lesson. It's very, very, very interesting. But it's the one where we go behind the factory doors. Just like what we're going to do tonight. After this, we have the Q&A. Then we have a 5-minute break. Right. And we constantly deliver 100 outstanding offers to our ITPs. And because of the compelling copy, and because it's been micro-compartmentalized, imagine, they're having a problem with addiction. Boom. They get one of Lucy's videos about addiction. They're suffering perhaps from depression. They get one of Lucy's trust-based videos about depression. They're suffering from employee retention. They get one of the business coaches' videos, trust-based videos about employee retention, how to retain a great team. Okay? And it makes them feel ultra special. And trust me, you will get people coming back to you and saying, wow, And then who should we send these offers to? Now, this is very, very important. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a glass of water. I've been talking all day. Who should we send these offers to? Now, to answer this question properly, what you're going to have to do there, thank you to my coach there who helps me to formulate this. But have you ever heard of the Pareto principle, sometimes called the 80-20 rule? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do something dramatically different, and we're going to apply the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, to itself. Look what happens. See, in the left there, we've got the 80-20, and you see there, what a lot of people do is they sort of focus on the top part of this 20%. And you see, what we do is we apply it to to itself. And in other words, inside the 20%, we take the 80%, which is the 16, and the 20%, which is the 4. And then we invert it. We turn it on its head. So it becomes more like a funnel where the leads are coming down. So lots of leads at the top, less leads at the bottom. But you see what? Everybody else out there on this planet, including their mother, their father, their sister, their brother, their uncle, their aunt, their grandma, their grandpa, they're all going after the 4%. The 4%ers are the people that are ready to buy right now. But as you said, Lucy, they're beyond the point of saving, really, because they're out there, they're panicking. They're, depression, they're in big depression. They're in big problems there with retaining their team. Most of the team have left. They're already out the door. It's too late for those people. And you see, that's what a lot of people don't realize. So they're out there and they're competing on price. And I've seen coaches do this time and time again, and it drives me absolutely batshit crazy. They're out there, they're fighting for these 4%, and they're competing on price. And they're saying, well, I did charge $25 an hour. I'm now going to charge $15 an hour. Oh, but 1 minute there, Bob Proctor down the road has reduced his prices to $5 an hour. Maybe I should, I've got a great idea. I'll offer my coaching services for free. Come on, people, get a grip, start being real. Stop competing on price and stop chasing, ambulance chasing. This is what it's like, the top 4%. Those people ready to buy now. And instead, let's think dramatically different. Let's go after the 16%. These are people that are not problem aware yet, but they might well be, let's say, in the not too distant future. And whenever they are, it's going to hit them like a rubber mallet on their heads. So think about it. Do this differently. That's the people I want to get. The people that are not yet problem aware. Okay? Now, what has just happened? We're now going after the group of prospects that almost nobody else. This is a clear blue digital ocean. This is what I was telling you, Karine. It's like the ocean there. Karine lives in Nouvelle Caledonie, in New Caledonia, out there just off the coast of Australia. Belongs to France. Still uses the French franc. Wow, amazing. But anyway, these are the people that do not yet know they have a problem. Let's target them instead. The results are sensational, absolutely sensational. And whenever you deliver 100 outstanding offers to these engaged, enthused prospects every single day, guess what will happen? One of 4 things. Some people will say rude things. Oh, yes. Dan Gordon, yes, I remember you. My first show ever from LA. Oh, in the beautiful state of California. Okay. Anyway, we digress. Some people will say absolutely nothing. Some people will ghost you until they've got a problem. Remember that? But they will eventually, some of them will turn around. Some people will unsubscribe from your communications. They don't want to be helped. That's fair enough. We cannot help everybody. Just like the lady I told you at the beginning, who wants to be all things to all people. Sometimes they just don't get it. Okay? And if it doesn't click, if you don't have that Homer Simpson audible click, that do moment where he slaps his bald head, do. Some people just don't get it. But this is the important thing. Some people will take an action, and this actions will result in sales. How do you get there? You have to think. This is what we do. This is what we help you to do, to build up an automated process, a semi-automated process, where we're sending out 100 outstanding offers. So for example, let's look at those chiropractors, 1,132 people. So we take 100, 100, 100, 100, so that goes 11 times in. And then the last time there, what we do is we bundle the others. So the last time, by the time we're getting really good at this, we send out 132, okay? And how many times have you been rejected? This is very, 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 very important. Set yourself rejection goals. Embrace rejection and challenge rejection. It's so important, okay? If you do that, magical, 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 magical things will happen. And people will come into your community. They will flock into your community because you're like the owner of the ice cream van. You've kept it shut all afternoon. You've built up the anticipation. You've whispered, you've teased, you've shouted just before your big launch. And the people come. It's like whenever they sell tickets for Glastonbury in the UK, or it's like whenever they announce the tickets for, what is it, Oasis, this band from the north of England that everybody in the UK and Ireland want to see because it's it's a throwback to the 80s. Or for example, the person from the US, Taylor Swift, whenever she announces a concert to all of her Swifties, and more importantly to the Swifties' parents, because I've got a niece there who's also a Swiftie. I think I've got a daughter who's becoming a Swiftie. And all of those people, then they're persecuting, they're torturing their parents to get these concert tickets. So before they even go on sale, they're almost sold. Think about it. So powerful. Now, the outcome here is, yes, we will get rejected. Yes, people will say bad things to us. But you know what? If you work with us, we will shoulder most of that from you. We will protect you from that layer. And that's why we do these things, to protect you from this horrible thing that is called marketing and sales. It's not that bad, really. If it was, I wouldn't be doing it. And then the benefit number 6. So we take the outstanding offer that we've crafted together, remember, with our best employees, AI Platform 1, Platform 2, and Platform 3. 3 AI platforms, remember that number. And then we take them through the objection handling, the FAQ, leading to the opportunities. Remember the opportunity ladder. Now, this is my outstanding offer to you. This is a low risk. Remember I told you that at the beginning? Fully guaranteed investment, where we provide for you a done-for-you solution. And what's more, we get you the results in advance, these bookings onto your calendar of these quality, active, scored, engaged, enthused leads before asking for payment. Okay? But we do have to ask for a prepayment, a small prepayment, which is an investment into these AI platforms. Because as you know yourself, AI takes up phenomenal server processing capabilities. So they cannot offer it for free. They're there, and we have to pay for these platforms. Okay? And this is what we have to pay. Now, we have to pay for 3 of them. We have to pay for Instantly AI. We have to pay for Buzz AI. We have to pay for Kartra. Now, here's the special thing about Kartra. It's got an AI chatbot that is capable of asking for the sale if we program it with all of the objections, with all of the things that we put them out there as FAQs, frequently asked questions. And you see, it does much more because it was the first kid in the block. So it does much more than ClickFunnels, than Podia, than Kajabi, than Go High Level, etc. But we only realistically need to use it for 90 days, because by the end of the 90 days, we will have more than enough ROI. Remember, we don't want to do this for free. We're getting paid after you've got success. So we have to make this successful so it will work by hook or by crook during those 90 days. Okay? So we've got to invoke an SSL certificate for the trust. you know, the HTTPS, we've got to invoke a secondary domain to protect your primary domain while we do all of this warm up. And we've got to invoke a secondary email, and it has to be a Google Workspace account. Okay? None of this rubbish on WordPress or on Namecheap or on GoDaddy or whatever. No, 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 no. We have to do this. You're going to see this in the Zoom lesson 5 minutes after this lesson finishes. Okay? For the clients only, unfortunately. But you can become a client too. It's really easy. And remember, low risk. Okay? All we need from you is the prepayment so that we can go out there and we can configure these platforms, these 3 AI platforms for you. And then we need the payment there for SKOOL. Now, if you've already got SKOOL, that's fine. Fair enough. We can deduct that from that. But we need a total prepayment for the first 3 months. For month number 1, $774, because it includes the SSL certificate and the secondary domain. We only have to do this once per year. Okay? For the other things there, it's every month. So for month 2, we need $624 US, and for month 3, $624 US. Now, the people last night, they wanted to do this as part of a group. There were a group of 16 female coaches. So what we said then was that the total prepayment needed for the 3 months, for the 90 days, is $2,022. So divided by 16 people, this is $127 each. So you can imagine, very, very, very low investment. They're all 16 different coaches. One of them is a graphic design coach. One of them is a coach looking for the fire chiefs, the police chiefs. One of them is looking for career development professionals for the future. So they're looking for a career not now, but for the future. Let's say in the next 90 days, 180 days, etc. The other people were looking for, what was it? It was for, I can't remember all of them. I'm sorry. But then anyway, very low risk. And then what we do is we sit down and we define the targets together. For example, this could be 3 high ticket. This could be, I have to get this right. This could be 20 low ticket. This could be 10 medium ticket. Okay, so we define the goals in advance there, and we start off low, and then we get a little bit higher during month 2, a little bit higher during month 3. Now, the other question I always get asked, get asked this about 20 times every single day. Will this work for me? There are no guarantees in life, people. No guarantees in life, people. But what I'm telling you, plain and simple, we are invoking a very clever combination of AI platforms. 3 of them. Think like the Holy Trinity. Okay? The Shamrock. Look at that. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get these to work. Now, whenever we get this configured properly, believe you me, if I had any hair left on the top of my head, I don't. But if I did, I would pull it out. I would rip it out completely, because this is how frustrating it was. Even up to the beginning of this week, the Monday and Tuesday, Google and GoDaddy, the domain registrar, and Google, the secondary email client, changed their interfaces, updated their interfaces. So I'm sitting there trying to work out why this is not working. And I'm liaising with the support staff in Instantly. I'm liaising with the support staff in Buzz. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going absolutely crazy. This is not working. Why is it not working? Why has it stopped working? Because it was working very, very, very well. And then it became apparent that we were perhaps the first marketing and sales team to become aware that Google and GoDaddy updated their interfaces very, 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 very recently. So of course, we produce a video, get it out there, and then get lots of views on it. Okay, so will this work for me? It's all about the effort that you put in. But if we follow the best practices, the best principles, then the chances are very, very, very much in your favor that it will work, and it will work incredibly well. Remember, this worked at lightning fast speed. And if we've got all of our ducks lined up in a row, you can think to yourself, wow. Now, remember, I said there, what we do is we ask for payment after we achieve success. So we get these highly qualified leads, qualified, quality, engaged, enthused, active, scored leads. Now there's the two payment options. We can take 50%. Now then, you made a very, very good point this morning, then Lucy, about this is like a commission. So we take 50% commission on these online sales. Because remember, we're doing the vast bulk of the work. Because the AI, the chatbot, the one that you're paying $282 US for per month, is capable of going out there and intelligent enough, because we're adding the intelligence to it every single moment, of asking for the sale. So you can imagine, you've got a sales team 24/7. You've got a marketing team 24/7. And this is why you're paying such a high fee. But this is a commission. So think about it. Like Karine there, you're sitting there, you're enjoying your time with your kids. Lucy, you're enjoying your time with your children. And then at the same time, this AI chatbot is working for you relentlessly, never stops, never gives up. But then we've also got payment option number 2, which is something that a lot of you coaches have gone for. And we've got 3 options. Quarterly, where we ask you to pay, you see, normally the price there per month is $4,000 US. Now, full disclosure, we raise our prices. We increase our prices by at least 10% every single quarter, unless you're locked into one of these options, in which case it doesn't change. Okay, so if you're in at the beginning there, you could have been in for about, what was it? It was less than $2,000 a month when I first started working out with Herman Marini III. So the prices are normally $4,000 per month. So when we position it this way, every 3 months, what we're asking for is $10,000. So you save yourself $2,000. Or we can go for every 6 months, which normally would be $24,000, but we only ask for $20,000. So you save yourself $4,000 for that 6 months. So in other words, 1 month. And if you go for the yearly option, you save yourself 2 months. In other words, you save yourself $8,000. You only pay $40,000 for the year. And remember, this agreement is for a minimum term of 1 year. Very important. Okay, 1 year. But it can renew automatically unless you cancel it. You can cancel it anytime before the end of that year. Okay, but most people don't. Most people go on for the next year. Now you have until the targets are met to fully decide. But remember, once we meet the target, and if you haven't decided, then we automatically agree, according to the agreement, the contract that we'll agree on together, for option 1. In other words, 50% commission on all of the online sales. Because remember, we're doing all of the hard work. Okay, and that's the option that some of you have gone for. Remember, it's fully guaranteed. So we've got this IC super duper titanium plated 1 conditional guarantee. And the 1 condition is basically there that as long as you do the work, you do the videos there that we ask you to, we build a script for you. All you have to do is sit there, record them on your smartphone, on your Zoom camera, whatever, but just record them and then send them back to us. And then if we do this, if you do this, and if we fail to meet our targets, then the agreement is we simply continue to work until these targets are met. So for example, maybe we set the target in month 2 for 6 potential high ticket clients. And then we only get 5. So maybe we have to work an extra week or an extra 10 days to get this. It won't happen. You know, it's never happened because remember, AI is out there. 3 platforms out there looking 24/7. It's not going to happen, people. But if it did, because it did back in the days when we were doing this manually, then we work for free until the targets are met. But nowadays, it doesn't happen unless we're doing something stupid like using reserved keywords, etc., reserved medical keywords, which we didn't know at the time. That's one of the times when it didn't work. When we were using the reserved keyword for the one beginning with C, relating to the pandemic. Okay. Outcome number 6. If we diffuse like let's say a sapper, a bomb disposal expert in the army, if we handle all of the objections, these little ticking time bombs that are going off inside our prospect's head, and if the AI chatbot is programmed there to know about this, oh, yes, the people are worried about the exit sale there, Robert. They're not quite ready, and they're worried there that they might not be. Okay, so a lot of coaches will come to us and say it's all about price. But quite often, whenever you have these conversations with them, then you find out, hold on a second, there are a few more objections coming on. And if you tell the coach about this, by the time that the coach sits down for their discovery call with these people, with these potential high-ticket prospects, you can imagine there that the coach is in a much, much, much better place. And you see, what we're doing then is we're presenting this in such a way. We've diffused objection 1, we've diffused objection 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many they had. Last night, you wonderful ladies had what? 2 hours and 5 minutes of objections. 2 hours and 5 minutes of objections. But, thanks to this, then, I was able to convert you into clients. Yeah. And by dealing with them all, it becomes an absolute no-brainer. And then you see there, what we're dealing with is number 7, the unique understanding of their underdog advantage. This is so important. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how big you are. Excuse me, I just have to drink some more water. It's possible. Well, if it's possible there for Conor McGregor, we did the emojis for him and for his team. So perhaps the greatest MMA fighter of all time from Ireland. If it's possible for Julian Lennon, the son of John Lennon, the former Beatle. If it's possible for all of these people, it can be possible for you. It's worked so far for lots and lots and lots of coaches. And it's going to work for even more. That's for sure. Because as plain as night turns into day, there is no avoiding the fact that AI is all around us and it's all encompassing. It's really, really changing the game. And the coaches who sit up and take notice of this and use this to their advantage are the coaches that are going to truly prosper in the years 2025 and beyond. So what we're doing is we're compiling all of this data and giving you a 3D overview where the people are problem aware, solution aware, and price aware. And then we come along to the very famous quote you remember from that movie, Glen Ross, with Alec Baldwin, where he said ABC was always be closing. I think he's very close, but I would say it should be always be connecting. We're building relationships, people. We're sending them out valuable, trust-based videos. We're sending them out valuable email copy. Remember, I'm a direct response email copywriter. And my team are giving you all of the insights, all of the videos they've watched. How much of the video? 25%, 50%, 75%? We know which of your ebooks, your guides, your PDFs that they've downloaded. We know which posts from your social media profiles, from your content marketing, from your LinkedIn and your, your Instagrams and your Facebooks and your TikToks, if you're a tickety talker, but we know which ones that they have interacted with. Maybe it's X. And then you see the outcome here is, because we've now made them problem aware, remember we're going after that 16%, we've made them solution aware, in other words, of your coaching business and the blind spots that you solve incredibly, incredibly well, that you're passionate about solving, just like I'm passionate about marketing and sales. You can tell this. There, because I absolutely love it. And I love working with coaches because they, for me, are the top players, the A players in their industry, because they're the people going out and mentoring these people, guiding their coaching clients to success. And you see, we've built up all of these social touch points because people these days, they buy in advance. People these days have got a wealth of information. We're overflowing with information. But what we're trying to do is position ourselves dramatically different with valuable key insights that are really, really, really game changing. Yes, and believe you me, wow, it makes such a difference because we have now shifted the conversion equation all the way up to around about 70% plus. So you imagine if you're sitting there with, let's say, 10 prospects, your chances of converting them, you will probably be converting them between a rate of 7 to 8 out of 10. Because remember, we've crafted an outstanding, a complete no-brainer of an offer. We've diffused all of their objections. We've asked them their challenges. We've provided them with valuable information. This is clear to a deaf, blind, dumb person. In other words, a mute. That this is the best thing since sliced bread was invented. And then you see what we do is we take them across to 8 out of 8. The final one, we're here at last. Yay! Results rule period. Rinse, review, rinse, repeat. What gets measured gets managed. It's very, very simple, people. So we metricize, we measure everything. We work out what's the engagement on the YouTube channel, what's the engagement on your LinkedIn channel, your social selling index, what's the engagement on your Facebook business profile. And now we've got all of our ducks, our SOPs aligned correctly. The AI has been configured properly, even if they change the interfaces. We will sit there and we will work until this happens, because this obviously doesn't just affect you. It affects all of the coaches, and it also affects us. So believe you me, everybody wants the results. Everybody wants the results. And you see, it's now time to review what's working really, really well and what's not. And whatever is not, we simply rinse it. In other words, we turn it off. And whatever is, remember those Facebook ads that we've been producing? We repeat. We go 2x, 4x, 8x, 16x, 32x, dependent on your budget. But this becomes a license to print money, where the casino is always winning unless somebody does something stupid and turns off the ad because they were bored with it. I could mention some names, but I won't, will I, Catherine? Naughty, 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 naughty. And some people there also get bored of the number of steps that we teach them there to make sure that all of these things are happening. We build up a checklist, and then they come along to us and say later, didn't work. And then we look at the statistics, we look at the back end, we get under the hood, and we say, well, you didn't do step number 12 and 13. Oh yes, that was quite boring for us. Okay, well, can you do us a very, very kind favor? And can you please go back and do 12 and 13? Do I have to? Yes, you have to. It's part of the agreement. Okay, so they go back and they do steps 12 and 13, and then they send you a message on WhatsApp maybe an hour or two later. Wow, thanks, it works now. Of course it works. That's why we're putting them there, people. We're not putting these steps in the checklist there for decoration. We're putting them there because they need to be there, because they need to work. Wow. So we're trying to get all of our ducks, all of our SOPs lined up in alignment. And remember, we're imbuing, we're invoking the AI platforms, those 3 AI platforms that I told you about. Kartra, with its 300 uses per month, believe you me, more than enough for what we'll be doing. With the Buzz, limitless use of the AI, and then the AI warm-up tool that guarantees that your messages, most of your emails, most of the emails that we will be writing for you, will get through to their inbox, not through to their promotional tab, or worse still, the dreaded yucky spam folder. Okay? And this really, really is a game changer. But those 3 AI tools are total game changers, total game changers. And you see, what we've now built for you is a highly lucrative money printing machine that is capable of working 24/7, 365 and a quarter days a year. And it really does generate results for you. Okay? It really does, really does. And remember, though, we have to invest at the start. It's like you invest at the start there, because we obviously have to pay for the platforms. And then what will happen later on is that we will get a return on our investment. Because remember, we're sitting there, we haven't been paid, and we don't want to work for free. Full disclosure, we like making lots of money. So what we do is we provide the value in advance. And when you get the results, the badly needed results, then we come along and then we take our share, either 50% online commission, remember, because we've done all of the hard work in getting the sales. And, or we can do it 4,000 a month. We can do it either quarterly, $10,000 US, or half yearly, $20,000, or yearly, $40,000. Okay, you've got two options. And you've got the time it takes us until we hit our targets to decide. Once we hit the targets, it's automatically 50% for the next 12 months. Okay, remember that, people. Okay, so this is how to get in touch with me. That's my name. And this is my email address. That's my WhatsApp number. And this is my LinkedIn profile. And if you can see at the bottom, sorry, it's been a bit grayed over with this overview bar. Where's it? Come on, move out of the way. Okay. Sorry. There we go. And then that's our YouTube handle at I Can Do It. In other words, I can do your online sales and marketing. Okay. So remember this, people. This is so important. Now, a lot of people also ask me, who did this work for? And the first customer there that we ever had was a lovely guy from Louisiana in the southern states of the US. And his name is Herman Marigny III. Now, it works all the way through to, and I say this with huge, huge, huge air quotes, to perhaps our least successful coach. And this is a lovely lady called Tanya McCready, and she's from the Ontario province and the city of Toronto in Canada. And Tanya, as I said, huge air quotes, least successful, because she only managed to get one client. And this one client is a soft drinks manufacturer. And you've probably never, ever heard of them in your life. Their name, the name of this company, is Coca-Cola. In other words, yes, that's right. The company with enough marketing propensity, the company with enough marketing budget to quench every single parched throat on this 8 billion strong planet, there and back again. People, this is phenomenal. And remember, we have tried, we have failed, we have tried. I'll tell you something, if there was a book there that would be written about failure, I would be writing it, but it wouldn't be a book, it would be an encyclopedia. And even at that, there would probably be 2 tomes, in other words, 2 volumes of the encyclopedia. Can you imagine running around carrying all of the times I failed? I tried and I failed, but the Lord loves a trier, and I kept trying and I kept failing, but I would try and I would learn from my mistakes. And thanks to those wonderful, wonderful, wonderful coaches there that I work with, Paul from Ireland, the other Paul from Ireland, I'm the other Paul from Ireland, and Ted from New Jersey. These people were inspirational. And when we put our heads together and when we brainstormed this, and then we were able to come up with this answer, it was like a Homer Simpson dough moment. We eventually worked out that what I was talking about with the developments with the AI and Kartra, and what they were talking about, one of them was talking about instantly and the other one was talking about buzz. And then we had a brainwave. Well, what would happen if we were to combine these tools and to configure them differently to work together? And we went out there to instantly said, no, you can't do it like that. We said, what, is it against the rules? And they said, we don't think it would generate really good results. And I remember it was about 1:30, 2 o'clock, after 2 o'clock in the morning. Really, really, really tired. Frustrated there about the lack of results. Went to bed. Turned off my phones. And woke up the next morning. Turned on the phones. And beep, 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 beep. And I thought it was the barrage of spam that comes from Instantly. This is part and parcel of the Instantly service. That's why we create the secondary email address. But It was more than this. There was a barrage, there was like a litany, there was a deluge of these emails. But the good news is that they all get triaged off to a folder, and they're all specifically marked. Like, this is a person who wants into your email inbox, and in return, they're putting you into their email inbox. But you know what happened in between those? Remember, those people, they're receiving these emails, these carefully crafted email copy written by me, the direct response email copywriter. And there were some leads. So while we had been sleeping, people had been going online, joining our waiting list, building up anticipation and thinking to themselves, hold on a second, there is this element of scarcity because we only allow 16 people into the program. And then the people are signing up while we were sleeping. The results were incredible. So then we thought, can we try this again for our clients? We tried it and it worked. And we tried it again and it worked again and again and again. And then we thought, eureka, we're on to something. We've struck gold. So let's go out and let's position this no-brainer of an offer to the people, to these ambitious, fast-paced coaches. Only 16 of them. Only 16 of them for Q4. And there we're treating all of the ones there from you ladies from last night. Remember, we're treating you all as one. Okay? Even though there are 16 of you, we're treating you all as one entity. Okay? So for 16 ambitious coaches, there, what we're doing is we're putting this offer in front of you. You have to make a prepayment. In total, for the 90 days, it will amount to $2,022 US dollars. Okay? Not Canadian dollars, not Australian dollars, US dollars. And then what we're doing is we're going out there, doing all of the hard work, the configuration, and then we're offering you two payment options. Either payment option one, where we take 50%. Remember, the AI is out there doing the sales, doing the marketing for us, but we have to configure it. We have to get it to learn. And it's for 12 months minimum. Remember that. Or payment option two, where we either charge you $10,000 for a quarter, $20,000 for 6 months, or $40,000 for 12 months. Remember, this will work, but only if we give it a defined avatar. And that's why this part is for free. So remember, I invite you all to come along and to do the avatar assessment form with me, and then to book yourselves in for a call. And then we look at your avatar assessment form. We look at some sample ads, and we'll give you a taste tester of what your blueprint, your roadmap will look like for you, for your coaching business. And you can imagine this is going to work on steroids. This is going to work at lightning fast speed, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And so another one of the questions there that you asked was, what happens whenever I've got too many to deal with? You see, this is why we're putting them into a community. We're shepherding them inside the community, and we're looking at the people that are the best prospects. So let's say, for example, you, Nick, you were looking for a small focus group for the high tickets. So if you want 2 or if you want 3, you just come along to your SKOOL group, to your SKOOL community, and then think to yourselves, okay, there's Peggy Sue, really engaged, really active. She's got a flame beside her avatar. This is one serious committed woman. There's Bob, and Bob is also highly committed. He's got like circles around his flame avatar. He's mega committed. And then you've got somebody else. Maybe their name is Robert. And then there, you're looking at them and thinking, wow, yes, this is the person there that I would like to work with. So be that number 2, 3, 4, 5. You just take them out. And then you say, okay, these people are going into my group coaching program. And these people are going into my one-to-one coaching program. And remember, these are quality, active, scored, engaged leads. who are enthused, genuinely enthused. They're like the Swifties. They're like the Glastonbury folk. They're like the people there waiting to see Oasis in the UK and Ireland next year. They're the people there that are mega hard fans of, let's say, football, be it football in the US definition or football in the definition over here in Europe and the rest of the world, which is soccer for you guys, but football for us. Okay. And it does require a mind shift there, that one, but it doesn't really matter. What we're doing is we're building up anticipation. And this is what is key. This is what is crucial to the understanding. Remember, we're selling the aspirin, not the vitamins, not the vitamins. Okay. So anyway, my name is Paul, PG Mac, and I say to each and every one of you, there, we're going to be going over next week with the, we're going to be going over the invite module, okay? And again, we're going to be showing you the real life tangible examples, just like what we did today with the list, yeah? And we're going to be showing you there how people get invited onto our story. Because remember, we attack by land, by sea, by air. In other words, by LinkedIn, company profile, Facebook, company profile, and then their company email address and their company cell phone number. And I'll show you a really clever way of doing that together, okay? Using something called Twilio. Very, very nice, very interesting. So I look forward to seeing you same time, same place next week on Wednesday. All the best for now. This is me, Paul, PG Max saying peace out. Bye for now and see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.